Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. I found another use for those large paper bags, and this is what I made with it. I think they're really cute. You could pop this into a journal. You could tie it onto the top. You could send it out in Happy Mail, or you could give it as a gift. So you could do anything that you would like. This is my example, and we're going to be doing a totally different theme together. So what we have here is a little journaling card from Chapter 1 Papers. I accented it with some gemstones. You can see that right there. Oh goodness, because those are the berries. A little bow, some trim, some gold net, and some white lace. Back behind this, I have a glassine bag, and it holds a nice tag and a stamp that says Merry Christmas. I took my green gel pen and I colored in the leaves of the, I guess they're holly leaves, although they're not shaped as holly leaves, but I think that's what they are. A little bit of lace at the top. I did sew with my machine around the edge, and inside we have a small little journal. Once again, my journaling card is from Chapter 1 Papers. I have some gold net, a red bow, some gold gems on the corners. I did sew around the corner with this one too. I used the paper pad that we had been using here recently, one of the Christmas ones, and we open it up. We have a little pocket here, or a tuck spot I should call it. And then we have just a few journaling pages of coffee dyed copy weight paper. I did sew it in. And then we have another little tuck spot there in the back. What a cute little gift or addition to a journal. So let me show you how I made this. What I did was I started with that very large bag that we have made a few things out of lately. And I looked to see, this is where it was folded over. So I'm going to have this be on the inside. I'm going to fold it the long way, like this. Lining it up best I can, giving it a little crease here. And then I folded it in half, but I folded it so it's past this opening right here. Maybe about right like that. And I'm going to just straighten this out and press it down. Now I took my scissors, or actually I think I used my guillotine, and I placed it into my guillotine, and I'm just cutting off the folded area. I'm going to cut that part off. There we are. Now you have two pieces. So this is going to be one bag, and this is the other. Now this one right here, we measured so we can trim this part off. And you see what I mean by this part? Yeah. We're going to make it even. Just like that. There we go. Now you can make two of these bags from that one larger bag. Someone's going to say, how big was that bag? It was 10 inches by, it was probably about 10 by 13. It was a big bag. So we got two. So then what I did was I took it to my machine and I just sewed the top of it right there. So like for instance, this one, I think this is the one. Yeah. See, that's where it was glued together. This is where it's glued together. It's exactly the same. I just sewed the top right along there. You don't have to sew the top. It'd look just like that if you didn't sew the top. It's perfectly fine. And I did ink around the edges. So now we're at this spot right here. This enables you to open it up, and you can sew some more on your machine if that, if you like to do that. And that's why I like it to be open. I'm going to leave it open for quite a while as we work here together. Now I have these glassine bags right here, and my glassine bags came from this, and it doesn't say what size they are. No, it doesn't. So let's measure it. Let's find out what size it is. It is 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. And then I have these tags, and I don't know where I got these tags from. I got a whole bunch of them. I've had them for a very long time. I kind of seem to forget that I have them, or maybe I don't know what to do with them. But I thought that would be perfect for that size of glassine. So I've inked this glassine bag up as well. Then I have this journaling card, and this one is from Mrs. Cog's Crafts. And I am inking up a little bit more. I needed to do that. And I think I'm going to offset this one, maybe something like that. I also have some lace. Let me get it here. I think this is very pretty lace. And I thought maybe something like that. I also have some white net, or it's kind of creamy colored. And I think I'm going to fold it like this. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to snip off a little bit, maybe about that much. I'm going to take my tag, but before I do that, before I put my net in my tag hole, I'm going to stamp my tag, and I'm going to ink it up. Now I have this stamp here, and I purchased it from the thrift store for $1.50. And it is Stampicious Stamp, I can't say that right. And it's from 1989, so it's a vintage one. And I stamped it because I hadn't used it for a long time. It looks kind of like that. And I have this one here, which is Hero Arts, and it's 1920. So it's 4 years old. 1920. It's 2020. Good heavens. I'm still in the 19s. Okay. So it looks like that. So I'm not sure which one I want. I think I really like this one, but I also like this one. I think this might go better with this picture. So let's use the stamp, this one. And I've got my stays on. Now this is timber brown. It really almost looks black. And I'm going to load up my stamp here with some ink. And then I'm going to place my image on here and give it a nice little stamp. Oh, that's lovely. Now I also have some little cards that I thought, I don't know which ones I want to use. Excuse me. I think this might be kind of cute. And I thought that I would put these inside the journal that we're going to make. But I thought since we're stamping, let's just do it. I'm going to cover up the border. I don't want to mess my border up. Let's see. I might need to cover up. I might need to cover this part up too. Like this. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that looks great. Okay, so it's going to carry the theme throughout the project here. So I'm just going to cover up the border. Now these labels, like I've had them under labels in my computer, and they're from Chapter 1 Papers. I don't know what kit, but that's where I purchased them, where I got them from. And there we are. Oh, I think that's looking lovely. Now, there's another addition that I think would be really nice. Now, you know, I showed you that I colored my tag from this one with this gel pen. Well, I thought we could color maybe some of these little flowers with a gel pen as well, and maybe even highlight some of these stems in green just here and there. I'm not really coloring, I'm just kind of making a line, looking for the stem here and accenting it. And I just thought it would be something nice and a little different. So just looking for a leaf and a stem and highlighting it just a little. There we go. Maybe one more right here. Okay, so then let's do this. I need to get another color of gel pen. The bouquet that she has is like purple rhododendrons and lilies, and I don't know what that other flower is, that white flower, but they're purple, pink, and white. There's a little, looks like Alstroemeria in the yellow right there. So let's go ahead and let's grab another color of gel pen so that we can accent the flowers just a little bit. I grabbed a lavender, so let's see how this looks. I'm going to try it out first here just to see. I'm just kind of making little dots. I think that's going to go just fine, the lavender. So let's kind of color in a little bit here with our gel pen. I personally love doing these things, coloring in stamps a little bit. I think it just really brings a little extra something to the table. There we go. Can you see that? So I'm going to do this one. Oh, now I'm just kind of going loopy-loopy, just kind of. So I'm not worried about staying in the lines. So if you ever worry about that, yeah, don't worry about that. Just get a little color down on it. That's all we're after. Just a little bit of color. This might show up a lot more on this creamy yellow background. And I'll lift it up for you to see in just 1 second here. There we go. Yeah, that's very, very sweet. We'll set this aside. I do need to go ahead and run my sponge on here. I like the way it looks when I ink it up. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to put that net in the hole, wasn't I? Well, let's do that. So this will be all ready to go. So I've got my net. I know it's very hard to see. I'll stick it through the hole. And see if I can keep these two ends together and pull it through. There you go. Now you can see it a little better. I think that would be really pretty out the top. So I do think I'm going to sew around the edge there. So I'm going to do that. This is how it looks with the machine stitching around the edge. All right, let's set these over here to the side. Let's pull down our bag that we made. And let's start designing. So I'm going to glue my glassine bag directly onto this paper bag. And we have not closed it up yet, so we really haven't made it into a paper bag yet. But we will be making it here shortly, as soon as we get some decorations on here. Now I'm using my art glitter glue, and you use the glue of your choice. Mine seems to be a little stuck today. It's coming along here. There we go. And let's pop it right on. I'm going to offset it. Pull it down just a little bit, maybe about right there. I pulled it down because we have that tag that's going to go in there, and we've got the tuff that we put on top of the tag, and so that will enable it to have a little room for the top. Oh, I think that looks super cute. Now we've got our picture, and we've got a little bit of lace here. I also have some more of that net, and I don't know if I want to use it. I also have some of the wedding dress that I purchased at a thrift store for $7. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. It was all stained up, and I think they must have had it for a while. I'm trimming this out just so that I can maybe get to a little piece here. Now I coffee dyed this piece, and I did not coffee dye that. As you can see, that one is darker than the other. I just thought maybe something like this might be really pretty. I'm not sure. We're just kind of seeing what we've got here and how it's going to all work. Let's see, that's a pretty big piece right there. How does the white look? Well, it's pretty too. I like the shape of the lace a little better. I could maybe trim this one right here and cut it like that. Oh, I want to cover her hand up. Well, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Now I have some other things. I have some, whoopsie, it's over here, guys. I have some lace like this off of a bolt. And I thought maybe this could be pretty down here. I also have these flowers. I got these on sale. It's 99 cents one day. I thought some of that would be nice. Okay, let's start getting this down. So what I want to do first is I'm gonna glue my flat lace there onto my bags, because there are going to be two bags here. Just making room for my glue gun, Sure Bonder high temp glue gun. And I think I'm going to just tack this. I think I want it maybe more like this. So I'm going to tack it here. Tack it here. I need to look for my little, I don't know if I can find it real quick. I don't know what has happened to my little, I had a little stick, a little blue stick that helped me with this hot glue, but I don't know where I put it. I don't know where I put it. Okay, get that down like that. All right, now let's glue this down over here. I think I just want to leave a little bit of a border of the brown bag. I think that's really pretty. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick with the hot glue here. Maybe something like that. I need to put another, I have the smaller, takes the small glue sticks. People ask me about that. And so I thought I would show you. All right, got that on there. Now let's put this on next. And do I want it all the way across or just, I think I just want it under the picture. And do I want it this way or this way? I like it that way. I like it this way. I don't know why, but I like it this way better. So I'm going to, I want to glue this down a little bit better right there. Okay, I'm going to add some glue on top of my picture. And I'm going to pop my little piece of lace right there. I'm going to trim the edge. Okay. All right, it's coming together, you guys. We're just layering up different elements. Remember, I wanted to show her hand. I thought that was important. I think that's pretty, like that. Let's see here. I also have some ribbon somewhere. Where did I put my ribbon? Here it is. Here's my ribbon. I'm thinking, do I want to put a bow? Not sure. Let's see about tying a bow here. Got a bow. I'll put it down here. I can put it over here. I could put it up here. I don't want to cover her face up. I'll put it over here. Okay, we've got a bow. I'm going to just lay that over to the side. I'm also looking at whether, do I want to put something there at the top? Do I want to put anything on the side? I don't think so. All right, so I've got a bow. I've got that. I think we're going to glue this down next. And I'm pretty pleased with it being right there. And it does come off the, it comes off the bag just a little bit, but I think that's going to be okay. Using my hot glue and gluing this piece of lace onto my bag. Now, because I've cut on the wedding dress, I'm going to need to go around and glue these pearls. Make sure they're glued on, because the thread might have been cut when I trimmed everything around. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to lose these pretty little pearls. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit of glue in there just so they'll stay in place, right? Right, there we go. Now, what do I want to do? I think I want a little bit, maybe a little rose down there. And the reason is because I misjudged and I have a little bit of glue right down there. So I want to cover that up a little bit. And I think just this little flower will do the trick, just to cover up where I made a little boo-boo. And then let's see, let's put a, whoa, popped that right out, didn't I? Let's put a little pearl in the center of this little flower. There. I dropped my template. We're going to need that for our journal that we're going to make to go inside. Now my little bow, I don't know, it seems like it should go right there, but I don't want to cover her face up. I don't think that would be good. All right, I'm not really sure what to do with this yet. So I'm going to move on to the journal, and maybe it will come to me. Sometimes I have to let things marinate a little bit. And when you're doing a video, time to marinate really doesn't happen. So placing these over to the side. Now, as you can see, I brought in a page from a paper pad. And this paper pad it's 11 by 8.5. And what I want to do is I'm going to fold it the long way. I think that's what I did. Or did I fold it the other way? Oh goodness, where's my little thing? The reason is I'm folding it is because it's single-sided. And this one was single-sided too. No, I folded it this way because that was the same size paper pad, the Christmas one. Yeah, I folded it this way first. Okay, good thing I checked. And I picked this one out. This is very lightweight paper. The Christmas one was heavier weight paper. So obviously it doesn't matter which if you use heavyweight or you don't use heavyweight, it really is not going to matter. So I'm going to open this back up and I'm going to grab my glue stick somewhere. Where's that glue stick? Here it is. It's a Yoo-Hoo glue stick. That's the name brand I have. And I'm going to apply. Now, I'm not gluing it all to the edges and all that good stuff. But if you're not going to sew your paper, you would need to glue all the way around the edges so you don't have any of your paper coming apart. Now, I'm going to fold it again. So this is how I'm getting double-sided on my journal. My little journal here that we're making together. Now I've lost my bone folder. I mean, I'm everywhere here today. I was going to make this video last night. Now I really don't know where my bone folder is. I was going to make this last night, but then I just got way too tired. So I decided, well, I'll make it this morning. Well, everything got away from me this morning too, so here I am pretty late in the day making this, but that's okay. We're getting it done. I'm just measuring because I remembered I had to cut some off. Yeah, it's okay, top and bottom, but it looks like I should probably take a little bit off of the edge. So it looks like it's about 1/4 of an inch. Looks like it's about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to just measure it like that. And this is now, after I've cut it, it's going to be 4 inches by 5.5 is what it's going to be. And grabbing my guillotine. Somebody's just talking to me on my phone. You can hear it dinging. It's turned way down, but it's still talking to me. So I'm going to line it up like this. Give it a trim. I'm just going to look at it here. Well, it's even, so I don't know. I probably marked it wrong. So there we go. Now we have the base for our journal. And it'll open up just like that. That's going to be really nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my ink and I'm going to ink up the edge. I think this paper is so pretty. And I think it's going to be quite lovely with all the white that we have going on with our bag. Now, you can see that it will be absolutely gorgeous if you don't sew. I do have some people say, well, I wish you'd show me without sewing. Well, I do that sometimes, but on this one, I'm just going to sew it because it's going to be a finished product that, you know, I do like to sell my pieces of ephemera and projects in my Etsy shop, and I just thought it would be a really lovely thing to sew it so it could be ready for a nice gift for Christmas or stocking stuffer, or you know, a little gift for your hairdresser or mailman or special friend or secret pal. I know that's coming up too. So I am going to sew it around the edge, but as you can see right here, it's absolutely adorable, not sewn as well. Okay, so I didn't glue it all the way to the edge either, so I better sew it or it's probably going to come apart. All right, so I've got it sewn around the edges. This is going to be our little booklet. Now I'm going to need a little picture. Now here's the picture that we used for the front of our little bag. And this is going to, we're going to close this up, but this is going to hold our little journal right down inside. So I think the colors are going to go perfect. Now here is a digital from Mrs. Cog's Crafts, and excuse me, it's the Flower Sellers. And I thought, I don't know, I kind of like this picture right here. She's got flowers and I don't know, I think she's picking flowers, but maybe she's picking them for them to sell. Who knows, right? So let me trim this out very quickly and we're going to pop it onto the cover of our little journal here. Here's that lace that we used here. We covered up a lot of it, but you can still see it poking through. And I'm going to trim some of this. As you can see, I bought that on sale for $1.49. It was $6. But I bought this quite a long time ago. I want to trim this in half, like that, because I'm thinking that I'd like to have it maybe on here somehow, just here and there, and then we can add maybe a little bit of lace down here. Oh, that looks nice. I like that. So let's just do that. I'm gonna glue this down. So I'm holding it right there, kind of seeing where I want to glue that down. Let's glue that down about right there. Okay, and then let's glue our picture down. I'm going to switch to my art glitter glue here. And I'm going to add my glue and pop this down. I get it straight as possible. Okay, and then let's pop this on, maybe about like that. Okay, and then there's a piece of string right there. I think I'm going to trim it right there. I don't know if you can hear, but the one of the dogs is snoring. That always makes me laugh when they're snoring. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Okay, so I'm going to pop it on just about right there. I still want the boys showing. She's talking to, I think she's going to sell those boys. Those boys look like they're little, maybe work at the bakery or something. They're kind of dressed like what I would think. They work in the bakery. Okay, maybe their boss said, go down and get some flowers. I don't know, I'm into storytelling today, aren't I? Let's go ahead and bring in some more of this lace. And I don't think I want it all the way across. I think I just want a little bit here. Let's trim another flower. And I don't know, we'll cut it right here like this. And what do we think about that? I'm not sure. I think it's too much. Yeah, maybe just a little touch, just something like that. All right, so everything's stacking up on me. Let's get this on here like this. And then let's pop our little flower right here. Oh, goodness gracious, right there. And then, of course, you know, we're going to need a little pearl to go in the center of our flower. There. And let's get a little bit of glue and pop that down. Oh, I think that's looking wonderful. And look, it goes with this perfectly. Alrighty, I'm still thinking about this. Oh, it kind of looks like it's got a wing or something. Okay, I'm still thinking about this. I still want to use this somewhere, but I'm still not sure where, but I know I want to use it somewhere. As soon as I turn the video off, I'll find a place that I want to put it. It never fails. We could, but then it's just kind of floating up there. Okay. All right, so now we need some pages, we need some pockets, we need some things going on here. Remember that we, in the beginning, to remember, are you still with me? We made these to go as little tuck spots. Oh, how cute, right? So I have my art glitter glue, and I'm only going to glue it on two sides. It's a little tuck spot. I'm going to pop it right here in the corner, just like this. And then I'm going to do the same to this side and pop it in the corner. Super cute. Now what I want to do is I have a, well actually, I have some little cards, little journaling cards. I thought that would be super cute to pop in there. I have a piece of coffee dyed copy weight paper. And we're going to need to fold this. And I think, what did we do? We folded it this way. I'm going to get 4 pages out of here. So our little booklet has 8 pages total, or 4 pages total. Oh, I don't remember now. 4. I think it's 4. And we're going to pop it in here. Now, it just needs to be trimmed a tiny bit. So I'm going to mark this like this. And I really want my pages to be inside. I don't want it to be right to the edge. I want to have a little room. So I'm going to mark it right there. We're not cutting here. This is where it's folded, and we're going to be able to sew it into our signature that way. So I'm going to trim this off first. And then I'm going to trim this. Hope that was straight. I don't know. We're going to see if it was straight. It's not bad. It isn't bad. I've seen worse. I'm telling you guys, this table is a little taken over. And how is that going to fit in there? Oh no, it needs to be a little bit more. It really does. It needs to be a little bit more. I'm going to do it right here. I'm actually going to take a little bit more off this bottom. Yeah, it looked a little crooked when I popped it in there. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so I am going to round these corners very quickly here. Alrighty, got that done. Now, they're going to fit right in here. I have a little tool. I always use this tool. Not this exact one. I make new ones for each one. So this one happens to be about 1 inch wide. I got it out of the trash can, this little piece of paper. And you're going to make it as long as your journal. And then you're going to fold it in half the long way. Then you're going to fold it in half one more time. And one more time. Crease it really well. Open it up. And where the folds intersect, you're going to place a mark. That is your template to help you sew in your signature without having to measure or guess where the middle is and all that good stuff. I just find this to be a lifesaver. Because if it's off, if I've got this not sewn straight, it will just bother me. Now, other people can do it, and I watch their videos, and it doesn't bother me if theirs is off, but it really bothers me if mine's off. 1, 2, 3. That's how I measure. And it will be a little extra, but that's okay. I'd rather have extra than not enough. I'm grabbing a needle here, and we're going to place my thread. Now, this thread is waxed. It is for book binding. And if you use embroidery thread, you make sure you put a little bit of wet glue at the knot when you finish sewing it in to make sure it holds that knot tightly. Embroidery thread, when you use it in that way, it will wiggle. The knot will wiggle its way loose, and then your signature will wiggle in your cover, and you don't want that to happen. So you fix that by putting a little bit of wet glue at the knot at the very end when you tie it off. And you put some wet glue at that knot, and then it's going to keep it from doing that. Okay, I'm just checking, back and forth, checking. Alrighty, got that sewn in. Now you're going to want one of these to be on one side and one to be on the other. Pull it firmly, check to make sure it's not caught on anything. Taking my needle off, and I'm just going to tie it. Now this is where I'm talking about. If you're using embroidery thread, you put the glue right there at that knot. Of course, you'll have to leave it open for a little bit for it to dry, but that's okay. All right, so now we have completed our little journal. I think it's super cute. I really, really like the stamps. And then it will fit in here. Now, I am going to go ahead and sew this closed. Or actually, I could glue it closed. Let me sew it real quick. All right, I gave it a stitch around. Now, I was questioning whether I could do that because you can't sew over hot glue, but it didn't sew over any hot glue. And there is our little tag, and it looks so cute and brings everything together as a set. So let's just pop that in there. What a wonderful gift for someone special. Pop it into a stocking, send it out in Happy Mail, pop it into a journal. I love how these have turned out. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.